So guys, as I had mentioned, I have closed there and I have closed these two edges, which means there is a armhole here, there is a armhole here, and there is a neck hole here. So this is as per my calculations that I have made that stitches on the side, and it is a basic zigzag stitch that I have stitched all the way from here till the armhole. Now this is outside, inside out, which is right now. So what we are going to do is we are going to flip it right side facing out. So this is the inside and this is the outside. So I'm going to flip it and then we are going to start doing the armhole. So like I mentioned, I have made, so now this is the outside, yes, this is the outside of my sweater and this is the inside of my sweater. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to start stitching from here all the way around to create the sleeves, right? So for that I'm taking, this is the, I think this is a fourth yarn, guys, which is left over. This is the this is how much that is left over from the fourth yarn, ball of yarn. So what I'm gonna do is leave out maybe a 30 centimeters of thread, and then I'm going to loop it inside. So I'm gonna just take it from, not here, I'm gonna take it from here, okay, the start of my loop. I'm gonna just chain one. Now I'm going to work into each row. So this is one row, this is the next row, this is the next row, this is the next row, like that. Into each row I will do one single crochet. Okay, so this is coming in the way. So what we are gonna do is, okay, what we're gonna do is single crochet in here. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Two single crochet, okay, again here, two single crochets, right? That's four single crochets. Now the next row, this is the next row, into that, the next single crochet, like this. I'm going to go all the way around. Now I'm not going to tell exactly how many stitches you can do into each, but make sure that this arm and the other side arm also is the same number of stitches. Now maybe if I start doing it like this hole can be a major problem. So I think what we'll do is we will split the stitches. Okay, so split in the sense, this is my first row, this one, this is the first stitch of the row. What I'll do is I'll split open the first stitch. This is the first stitch. I'll split it open and I will stitch into that. So what will happen is I'm not creating a hole, rather I'm reinforcing into that stitch. So that stitch is going to get widened rather instead of the hole. So like this I'll do, because otherwise it will look very wide. So I stitched there, no? So I'm stitching somewhere else now, not into the same place but into the same stitch. So that is the second. So 4 stitches came there. So this is the next stitch. That is 6. Like this I'm going to continue all the way around. So I have stitched all the way till the end of my row. You can see there is 2 in this one stitch. You know what, I'll do something. I'll just remove one stitch because it went into the same thing. We'll do one thing. There's one stitch right here. Stitch it into this. Yeah, okay. So there are 2 stitches in this row. Now I'm going to slip stitch it into the first chain. That's it. Now I'm gonna chain 1, 2. 2 chains I did. Now I was working like this all the way, like this I was working. Now I'm going to flip it and I'm gonna work the other way around. Oh no, my one stitch went off. 2 stitch. Okay, now this is the first slip stitch, so I'm gonna skip that and I'm going to go into the first chain, double crochet once, same way double crochet, next again double crochet and double crochet. This is the step now we will be doing all the way till the end of our sleeve. Now what you need to remember is that we have to create the ribbing here. So the ribbing that we did, that is this ribbing, has to be done here. This is 12 width, so that 12 width will come here. Okay, so I want my ribbing to come here. That means it will be a little longer sleeve. So this ribbing don't calculate, leave it out. Now my sleeve should end here. That means at least 1 or 1.5 inches before, or let's say 2 inches before my wrist starts, I have to stop. That means when I wear my sleeve, the sleeve should come only till here. That is this form, this double crochet all the way around. I have to develop the length till here. Once it reaches here, then we have to reduce the number of double crochets around each row and taper it all the way till here. Once it tapers here, then we have to create the ribbing on the tapered length. So here it should be a little tight. That is my whole concept. Okay, so once I have done the double crochet all the way till this length, I will come back to you guys. Guys, the next update, the last thread which I was using, that is the 4th ball of yarn, is also complete up till that. Now I'm going to take the 5th ball and continue till I explained in the previous step. So guys, just another update. I think the 5th thread, right? Yeah, 5th thread, that ball of yarn is also over. I completely finished the one hand. I'll show you how I did this in this sleeve. So this is the last ball of yarn. I will complete it. So from this joining all the way till here, it is 28 rows, after which 2 rows of decrease I have done and then the ribbing. So I'll tell you how to do it till I finish 28 rows of double crochet on this sleeve and I'll get back to you. Guys, we have come to the end of our this whole sweater process. So it's just the last step now. I have created 28 rows for this sleeve and I'm going to do the last stitch here. So I'm sorry, I'm going to do the last stitch we go like this in, and I'm gonna stitch it at the top of the stitch. Okay, now chain 2. We are going to do 2 decreases now. Okay, 2 rows of decreases so that we can tighten it at the wrist. So what we're going to do now is we're going to chain 1 into the first stitch. Okay, oh sorry, we're going to do chain 1. Fine, go to the first stitch, 1 single stitch, then go to the next one, loop out, take out, go to the next stitch, loop in, take out, loop through all. Okay, so that is the second stitch. Third stitch again, loop in, take out, through all. The next stitch is again 2, 1, 2, loop out through all, then again 1 more single crochet in, then next is another single crochet into the next 2 stitches together, 1 single crochet, single crochet into 2 together. Like this we are going to go all around till we come to the starting stitch. So in between I had just marked the first stitch that we did. So I had marked the very first stitch that we had done, that's right here. Okay, now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna just finish off the first row. Okay, so that is the first stitch. Now this is the first this is the first chain of that row. I'm gonna close it and chain 1. Okay, same way again we are going to do all the way around one more time, same thing, decreases. So first chain, then into the next 2, then again into the first, like this we'll keep on doing. I'm gonna mark the first chain over here so that I don't have a confusion when I come back around. So that's 1, into the 2, then into the next one, then into the next 2. Like this I will be going all the way around till I come to the end of this row. But I'll show you what I'm doing. The other camera view was not perfect. If you want to decrease it even further, you can do that. Maybe do another round of decrease also. For me, just 2 rounds of decreases is enough because the ribbing itself would be there. I'm just going to rotate it a little easier this way. It doesn't matter which stitch you end with. all you need to do is you have to just decrease the stitches. That is it. So it doesn't matter whether you end with 2 of these or 1 of these, it doesn't matter. Just have to decrease it. That is it. Okay. I hope you guys can see, because my angle is a little restricted of what I'm seeing. I'm actually looking through the phone and doing, so there can be mistakes. Right, so I ended with 1 of this, so I'm going to stitch it through the same loop I did first. So it's the first chain of this row. Okay, that is this one right here. I'm gonna close it. Okay, now I'm gonna chain 12. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. This is actually the ribbing of our sleeve. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is this is the front of the chain. Just flip it back, you will see this single chains running, skipping the first one, going into the next. I'm gonna start doing my single stitches. So that is the first, into the second I'm doing single crochets. Okay, that's 1. Into the next single crochet. Next is this one. Total of 11 stitches are there on top. Okay, now what you need to do is, so this is where we have come in. What we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch into this. Okay, that's the slip stitch, going on top and slip stitching one more time. Okay, now we're going to work chain 1 and just rotate your work. Okay, so this is the top stitch. Now this is the chain. So what we're going to do is same way as we did for the bottom, the back first chain through the 2 loop, front and back loop, we're going to chain single crochet 1. Now to the back loop, so this is a front loop facing you, this is a back loop. To the back loop we are going to start crocheting single crochets. Okay, all the way till the second last chain of this row. Okay, that is the second last chain of the row. Now we are gonna loop in through the front and the back of the last chain in this row and single crochet. chain 1, flip your work. So now this is how it will be looking. Okay, through the first 2, front and back, crochet 1, then this is a front chain, front loop of the chain, and this is a back loop of the chain. Focus. This is a front loop and that is a back loop. Through the back loop we are going to chain next till the second last chain. So this is going to start creating the ribbing for the sleeve. Okay, all the way. That is the second last chain, and the last chain through the 2 loop we have to go and do that. Right, now that's done. Now we have to join it here. So now we can see this chain started on here, so we're going to chain it into this, the one right on top. Slip stitch, go to the next stitch on top, slip stitch again, chain 1 and flip. So this is the ribbing. Same way to the first stitch, both the front and back loop, single stitch, then only in the back loop single stitch all the way to the second last stitch of the row. So this is basically what you're going to do to complete the ribbing all the way around the stitch that we have done. Once we have reached the last step, I'll tell you what needs to be done. Okay, so I hope this round is, or this row of stitches to start ribbing on the sleeves is clear for you. So I'm just going to quickly complete the ribbing and I'll be back. So guys, now I have only 1, 2, 3 stitches to join. So this I'm going to join now. This thread is coming in between. Yeah, this one I'm going to loop it into this, slip stitch, and then the next one would be this one, loop it through this, flip the sleeve, and do the stitches. So this would be the last stitch of our sleeve. So There's a last stitch through the front and the back. Okay, now you can see only one stitch is remaining, this one. I'm going to slip stitch into that. Okay, that is a slip stitch. Now what we're going to do is, now we are supposed to join these two. So now it is open at the moment. We are supposed to join these two. For that we need some length of this fabric or thread. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just pull out sufficient length so that I can go back and forth a couple of times and securely close it, cut the thread, and we got that is tightly secured there. With this we are going to close up this edge right here. For closing up we are going to use this one, this needle. So I'm gonna just take my thread and loop it in through that. Okay, just leaving a little on this edge. Now what I'm gonna do is, this is the front side, guys. I will stitch it as neatly as possible. Or what you can do is, you can just flip it this way, hold it like this, and you can stitch the inside. Either ways you can do. So this one I'll do the inside, but make sure you flip it entirely, because this is here. For me this is easier as per the camera angle, that's why I'm doing it this way. So align each of your stitches together, and either you can pin it or you can clip it. So I am having this pins, I'm just pinning it together there so that it doesn't move. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, inside, so what we are going to do is, this is the front loop, this is the back loop. Here also the same way there will be front and back loops. So the ones which are closer to each other I will stitch. So see, this one's back loop and front loop together I am yarning over and threading it. Okay, same way next one together, holding and stitching it. Oops, it came out. So that is a last stitch. I'm just going to remove that off. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to do one more stitch in this, and I'm going to go backwards now. Backwards, I am not going to be very specific. I'm not going through each loop and all, just maybe skipping one or two stitches I might go in, so that it is quite secure. This is the back of the stitch, You can just see how I am just stitching it. Now I'm going to just tie it up. One more time, there itself I am tying it up nice and tight, and we are cutting it. So that is the back, guys. This is the front. You can see now the ribbing is also really well visible. This is where we have joined, but that would be not much visible. So you can see nicely the ribbing is also perfectly done. Here the sleeves are nice and tight, the ribbing is also tight. So like this, we have come to the end of our stitching. I'll show you the full sweater now. So guys, this is how our sweater looks like. This is the ball of yarn that is left. This much yarn is there. I don't know how much it is, maybe no idea. This is left. I don't know what I'll do with this. Maybe some tiny project or something maybe I'll do. But this is how the sweater looks like. This is the ribbing at the bottom. Here also the other one. This is the next ribbing. This is our sweater, guys. This is our sweater. So I hope you guys liked this tutorial. If you did like the tutorial, please do like, comment, share, and of course subscribe my channel. So until next time, take care. Bye bye.